Hello, my name is Mark Eisenberg from Eisenberg Plumbing, and today we're going to talk to you about area drains, something that really isn't discussed a whole lot. But when there's a problem, believe it or not, the reason why plumbers don't really get back to you right away is because it's the worst nightmare we can possibly have. Simply because how it's installed, the material that's used, by whom it's installed, it's not regulated by the state, and 99% of the time it's under hardscape. So when they're not working properly and they flood out the backyard and crawl into the house, the last thing you want to know is that it just can't be snaked out. It's got to be replaced. Here's why. You follow me? In any house that you have that has area drains, and just kind of briefly go over to the homeowners what an area drain is. Simply, it's drainage on the outside. You'll see in your patios that you have these 3-inch little screens, or these plates that water goes to, these drains, if you will. Okay, they go into the piping underground and they're pitched forward towards the front of the house. So it's basically by gravity that it falls itself out into the property line or the street. What they do is when a house is built and after the curb is installed, before they lay the area drain, which is done by landscapers and or masons, not plumbers, they bore out a 3-inch hole, if you notice here, right here, and you'll notice this pipe on the inside so that the area drain can release the water out. Everyone's familiar with that. From that point, the area drain pipe is then installed all the way to the back of the house. And as it goes along the hardscape, which is either concrete or brick or stone, that it has those drains ever so many feet connected to the pipe, so when it rains, the hardscape is pitched into that drain and the water flows away from the house. It's a great theory. It's a great thing to have. However, here's the problem. The pipe that's actually used is called SDR35. You see it at Home Depot, you see it at Lowe's. It's not exactly the most standard pipe there is that can protect itself. It's a very thin-walled pipe. It's so thin that the dirt that sits on top can oblong the pipe itself. The connections between the pipe, such as fittings, is not glued. So now dirt and roots can get inside very easily. When this is installed and then hardscape on top of that, they don't last that long. The worst thing is also is that there is no cleanouts, no availability to snake it out properly. What happens is that if you were to take the clog that's created by the roots and dirt that this pipe cannot hold, you would need the size of a snake that would be equal to one that would need for a main sewer line for the house. The problem is that being it's such a thin-walled pipe that the snake would destroy the pipe, and the fittings are not applicable to a snake. So your fittings, let's say like a 90, it's not a long sweep like a sewer line where the snake would follow. Here it's a direct, sharp 90, and the snake can't get through. Later on, I'll show you the pipe once we dig this up. We're replacing the section here that is filled with roots and clogging up, and when it rains, it comes into the house in the backyard. And then I'll also show you the fittings of area drains and compare them to the sewer line fittings that we also use for area drains. Thank you very much.